Hey guys, welcome to the Brown Bag Podcast where I talk New Orleans Saints. This time around, I wanted to focus on a specific part of the Falcons game. But before I get into my main topic, I just want to tell you guys that there isn't going to be a recap of the Falcons game this week. I actually did have it recorded, but when I was editing through it, it just sounded sloppy. It just didn't sound good to me, and I don't want to get into a rhythm of just posting crap on my channel just to post it. I want to post something that's of quality and something that's worth your time. So, no recap of the Falcons game, but I will be doing a recap of the Niners game, and I'll most likely be doing a preview, so keep an eye out for that. But before I get into my main topic, I also want to just give my overall thoughts on the game in place of the recap. So, without further ado, let's get into it. To talk about the offense for just a few minutes, we really didn't look all that impressive. Breeze had a pretty quiet game. Michael Thomas didn't break 50 yards. Jared Cook had a decent day. He had 3 receptions for 85 yards. He had this really nice catch in particular where he caught it from Breeze, he broke a tackle, and then scampered up the sideline for some yards after the catch. That's something you want to see from your tight end. But even him, he dropped a pretty easy pass from Breeze in the end zone. That drop doesn't erase all of the growth that he's been making these past couple of weeks, but it's just really disappointing to see. To talk about the running game for a bit, we really didn't do much in that aspect either. Kamara only got like 11 carries. Murray only got 4 carries. I feel like we should have ran the ball a little bit more. I feel like we got away from that. The only 2 players that I was really impressed with this game was Will Lutz and Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill finished with 2 of our only touchdowns the entire game. On a night where our offense was struggling to find any rhythm, having Taysom Hill in our back pocket to set us up with good field position off of a block punt and get on the end zone 2 times, that was really good. And even though I'm not satisfied with the amount of times we ran the ball, I have to give Peyton his credit. He did a great job incorporating Taysom Hill into the offense. So, good job from Peyton on his part, and great job from Taysom. Along with Taysom Hill, Will Lutz had a great day as well. He finished with a perfect stat line, making all 4 of his field goals and all 2 of his extra points. For whatever reason these days, finding a consistent kicker is really hard. Like, if you watch that Bills versus Cowboys game, it was a mess in the kicking department. The Bills kicker missed a field goal, he missed an extra point, and he had this one field goal where he barely got it in. And the Cowboys kicker, to give him credit, he has a nice leg. He can kick from 60 out, but he's just so inconsistent. And even in this game, the Falcons kicker missed an extra point and a field goal. Consistent kicking is not an easy thing to find these days. So the fact that we have Will Lutz, granted, he'll miss every now and then, but he's really consistent. He can kick 40 yards out easily, and having a kicker like him in a game where our offense wasn't performing all that well, it's good to know that we have a reliable kicker who can guide us in these scrappy divisional games. That's all my thoughts on the offense. Outside of Cook, Hill, and Lutz, the offense didn't really have that good of a game. The defense, on the other hand, had an amazing outing. They finished with 9 sacks and 3 turnovers. I know Julio Jones and Austin Hooper being out hurt the Falcons in a huge way. The last time they beat us, they had some reliable receivers out there to get the ball out quick to compensate for their terrible offensive line. It sucks that we didn't face the Falcons with all of their best players out there, but I have to give credit to my defense because we did our job. But now that we got all of that out the way, I wanted to finally get into my main topic on this video. The whole onside kick debacle. So for those who didn't watch the game, there were 3 onside kick attempts in total. The first one, the Falcons recovered because this guy, I don't know his position, but his number is 86. His name is Jason Vander Lan. He has 2 A's in his name, L-A-A-N. And he missed a block on a Falcons player, and Alvin Kamara was going to recover the ball, but the Falcons player knocked the ball loose from him, and the Falcons player recovered the ball. Now, there was a flag that play on the Falcons. They were offsides. The announcers didn't seem to agree with it. I'm not quite sure what the refs saw, but either way, the flag was thrown, so they had to kick again. The second attempt, their kicker kicks it, and then Von Bell, instead of blocking number 54 for the Atlanta Falcons, he kind of like looks at the ball. The ball made him hesitate. Like, it was kind of close to him, but it was like in the air. And if he had made the block, Alvin Kamara could have recovered it, but he missed his block entirely. And instead of Alvin Kamara being able to calmly recover a ball, number 54, the guy who Von Bell didn't block, was able to come up with the recovery. The Falcons got a field goal at the 2-minute warning. So the Falcons go to kick the ball again. And aside from Michael Thomas being out there, it was the exact same thing. Von Bell missed 54 again, and 54 didn't recover it, but a Falcons defender did because he was able to create some dysfunction coming through and deflecting the ball. Von Bell, even more so this time, was caught looking up at the ball instead of trying to make his block. People just looking at the play would just blame Michael Thomas for not immediately falling on it, but in those situations, you gotta be able to get a grasp on how that ball's gonna roll. If you come at it too fast on a certain angle, it's gonna pop away from you, and then you're gonna be looking stupid. So I can get Michael Thomas why he didn't just immediately plop on the ball. He was trusting his guy to make a block, but Von Bell just didn't block for him. Like, I get those situations where Von Bell, where he was looking at the ball. The second situation especially, it was really close to him, so I know he didn't want to touch that ball because the ball has to travel 10 yards, but if the receiving team touches the ball, I'm pretty sure it's a live ball at that point, so yeah, I can understand why he was kind of paying attention to the ball, but at the end of the day, you got to make that block. We got to get this onside kick drama together because we're playing the Colts and the Titans. Both teams are desperate to get a wild card spot. So exploiting this whole onside kick dilemma for their benefit, it's not out of the question. Teams aren't going to be afraid to onside kick against us if we're out here looking like this. I can forgive the offense for their low production this game, but that was just inexcusable, man. If we can't recover an onside kick, then I don't know about all those Super Bowl aspirations, but I trust that we'll be able to get it together. Peyton looked really pissed on the sideline, seeing that we couldn't finish the game, and rightfully so. In the future, this special teams nonsense, this has to stop. Thankfully, our defense was able to bail us out. Cam Jordan sacked Matt Ryan on what essentially was the end of the game for the Falcons. Cam finished with 4 sacks. Dude was a straight up beast that game. But we got to get this together. Overall, I'm really happy we won. We got our 3rd straight division title. I'm so happy we won. I would have been even more upset if we had lost, but we can't let wins blind us of our mistakes. Fans have a tendency to do that. They have a tendency to get caught up in the moment. I'm pretty sure my fellow Saints fans this game haven't gotten blinded by our victory, but it's just something that happens, and I even though it might sound negative, I wanna make sure I address this type of stuff. I'm happy we won, but it shouldn't have been this close. It was like the Carolina game, but in a much more terrible way. But that's all my thoughts on the game. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I definitely did. Had some good food. Got to watch football. It was a great day, and the weekend was really nice too. The Iron Bowl was amazing. There's like zero defense the whole game, but a high score makes for an entertaining game. The only time I really care about no defense for either teams is when it's my own. Even then, I have exceptions. But yeah, hope you had a great Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving weekend. Hope you didn't get killed during Black Friday. Yeah, just hope you had a great weekend overall. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't. Check out my Twitter. And until next time, Brown Bag signing out. Come on, guys. We're a great team. We just need to clean this up. Gotta get it together.